Imagine standing at the edge of a high cliff before you grab hold of a ladder and begin to descend. Down, down you go, trying to maintain your footing as you make your way to a ledge that allows you access to a cliff dwelling built by the Ancestral Puebloans in the southwestern United States. What is a cliff dwelling? Ancestral Puebloans built dwellings into cliff faces, which is why they're called cliff dwellings. They made more than 600 of these structures over 1,000 years ago. They lived in these cliffside homes in the Four Corners region of the United States, where Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah meet. Some of these buildings can still be seen today in Mesa Verde National Park in Colorado. This particular one is called Cliff Palace, built in the 12th century. While people lived in this area beginning around 550 CE, the Ancestral Puebloans only began to build the cliff structures around the year 1000 to 1100. Some were used for living, others for storing things, and some even were for special ceremonies. To access the dwellings in the cliff face, Ancestral Puebloans used retractable ladders to climb. Cliff Palace is the biggest cliff dwelling, with about 150 rooms and more than 20 circular rooms. It was like a whole village on the side of a cliff. These buildings were made using stones, mud mortar, or soil and clay mixed with water, and wooden beams that fit into the cliff. Some structures were even 4 stories tall. With these materials, consistent maintenance was required because the buildings are exposed to wind and rain and other elements high up in the cliff. But why did the Ancestral Puebloans build these cliff homes? Some say it was for protection, others think it was for ceremonies, or to escape the weather. We don't know for sure. The cliff dwellings were abandoned around 1300, possibly due to droughts, lack of food, or even conflicts. We're still trying to determine the exact reasons. Today, learning and listening to the oral histories of people of the 26 associated tribes who have direct connections to Mesa Verde is another important step we can take to learn about why their ancestors may have lived here and then left.